Hello. I'm here to see Mark.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Amanda. My friends and I came down tonight to let you know that we think that you and Enbridge are corporate criminals and that it's y'all that should be in jail rather than the MyCat 3.
Yeah. Okay. So, how come?
Well, you poisoned the Kalamazoo River 3 years ago. 18 people died.
Still poisoned?
Never
Still
cleaned
poisoned.
it up.
18 people didn't die. Where'd
Yeah.
you get that from?
You realize your company just prosecuted felonies and testified against women who were defending their homes and their waters against a pipeline that your company railroaded through their neighborhood that they did not want whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Michigan 3. 3 women, a great-grandmother and a grandmother and a young lady were all thrown in jail. And your company testified against them for resisting and standing up for tar sands exploitation, which you are responsible for. You profit by building rivers of poison across people's homes. That's how you make your money.
How did you get here tonight?
That's not what this is about.
No,
This is about accountability for
are you
corporate criminals.
Are you familiar with the Manchester community here in Houston, in your own city?
Manchester community where?
Down by this, off of the 45 and 610, around where all the refineries are, Valero,
just north of there.
All these other companies around there. See, I live about 1.5 miles from there. So, if you want to talk about what it's like to live in a place like that, I mean, come on. I mean, what do you do? You sign the papers for these things? I live there. My mother is sick, and she's been sick for years. And you know why? There's no other explanation than 8 cancerous toxins that we know of that are continuously coming out of those refineries. And it's the same thing with those oil spills. You know the substances in the tar sands oil is so heavy, which is why every pipe busts. You know how many chemicals are in there?
Listen.
Do you read the stuff before you sign it?
Absolutely. There's no difference between what moves through.
That's a lie.
No, that's not
That
true.
is a lie.
That's bullshit.
Are you going to let me finish?
We have industry people who've worked on these projects.
We can
And
give you any number of research studies that have been done by Government of Canada, governments
Then why
in
isn't the
US.
Kalamazoo cleaned up yet?
Kalamazoo is close to being done. We promised to the people that were there when that accident happened that we would return it back to the state it was in before we had the spill. And in many instances, if you go back there and you look at what it looks like, it looks better than when we started. Listen, again, 10 o'clock at night, I'm happy to discuss it. Not here, not now, not in the neighborhood, not over here.
You think you could just go to work and punch in and poison people, then come home and distance yourself like it never happened, like you don't have to be accountable to anyone you live with, that your neighbors shouldn't know that you are destroying your children's future and their children's future?
This is not the time and place.
I didn't get to pick the time and place.
his whole
I was born
life, he
straight
didn't get
into
to
it.
pick the time and the
Born
place.
straight into it. I want you to remember those words. My name is George. I live in the Manchester community. I was born into it. All right? Every day I have to wake up and do yoga and exercise, whether I want to or not. Why? Just to make sure those chemicals don't stay in my body. It's the only way I can combat it. I can't find any nutritious food around there. I can't grow any food around there. You know what happens to the food that grows around there?
George, and I don't know what to tell you about that. I think your facts are off. And
I think you should remember my mother on your facts.
Well,
my sick mother.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know nothing about that.
Are you familiar at all with
the oil to the refineries? You don't care. I don't know what happens after that. Maybe they put poison in the air. Maybe they just, I don't know.
Listen,
well, I'm telling you what happens after that.
Well, yeah. And
right now. And you know what? You have the right to change all that. As a person in power, as a person of privilege, you may not be able to change all of it, man. But you can, if you actually, like, you're trying to be sympathetic right now, if you kept true to that.
Go back up
Bringing
there
people in.
On the 20th of February and tell Judge Collette not to throw the books at those 3 women.
You could do that?
You could do that.
Yeah.
It's the
February
very
20th.
least.
Go up to court
What
and
is-
tell the
what
judge
is-
not to
what
throw
was-
the books at these 3 women.
What was the 3 women? What did they do?
They shut down your pipeline
They
construction.
did a lockdown on one of your pieces of equipment, and now they're facing 2 to 3 years in prison.
Chances are what happens with all those folks is they will get off without any...
Not according to the judge, who
They've
says
been
he intends to make an
convicted.
example out
They
of
were
them.
just found guilty by a
Enbridge
jury.
went and lined up and
What did
testified
Enbridge-
against them.
what did the
Your
individuals-
senior supervisors testified against women and suggested that they have the book thrown at them. You are criminalizing protest. You are criminalizing people saying no to the most
Violating the First
exploitative industry on the planet.
Your company's giving them no choice over what happens in their own community. You're putting them in jail.
You're threatening their lives, and when they stand up for themselves, you're putting them in jail for trespass, 2 to 3 years for trespass.
Yeah, don't you get your pipelines in the ground through Enbridge already?
Yes, you are.
testified. Your company
asked for it.
testified.
Did they break the law?
You
You
broke
broke the
Your
law.
fucking company broke the law.
You are a
are
criminal, sir.
accusing me.
You are a criminal
right.
because people have died over this poison and will continue to die. Do you not understand what that means?
Folks,
A criminal is a person signing papers for toxic substances being dumped on poor and colored people.
Like Upton Sinclair said, it's very hard to get a man to understand something if his job requires him not understanding it.
Upton Sinclair did a lot of good over the years. So, okay, folks, I appreciate you guys stopping by
I don't
and telling me
appreciate
your
you
view.
dumping chemicals.
They're not my chemicals.
Then whose are they?
Where'd
You're
you
transporting them. You
Where'd you
just
get all
said
this
that.
money?
Give us an address. We'll go visit whose chemicals they are. You're profiting from the same industry. You're parasites on our society, and we've had enough.
Good night, folks. Take care.
While you're laying down trying to go to sleep tonight, imagine if your daughter was in jail, or your mother, or your grandmother.
For trying to have a
standing up,
choice.
trying to defend
Fighting
their
for clean
home
water.
and their
Their
community.
lives.
What's your group, by the way, guys?
We're just the people, man. How about that?
The people.
And there are
We're
a
the
lot
faces
more
of the
us.
people. You have no idea, man. The world is spinning quick.
Well,
Tell the
let's
rest
start-
of the board they can expect visits.
Yo, bullhorn. Yo.